Very good morning to all. Today is the day 3 of workshop on Internet of Things and its application, that which is organized by the KLM Institute of Technology. In the first day we have seen introduction to the Internet of Things and what are the hardware components, software components, and how actually you can do it out. And in the second day, yesterday we have seen a real-time application, how we can implement with the help of an IoT technology, that is a smart home. Today I would like to give a little bit more on the hardware detail, that which we are going to use to implement a smart home automation based upon the audience suggestions. So in the screen what you are seeing is called a Arduino Nano board, where this costs around 250 rupees. It is a microcontroller. We can do very interesting applications on this. This has a different pins you can see on the screen, like D13 on D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, 7, D8, D9, D10, where you can able to connect the digital data, and you can see some A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, where you can connect the analog sensors, where we can able to use analog data. So this is called the data pins. The data may be digital or analog, depending upon our requirement. Analog pins will be connected to the analog A1, A2, A3, and digital sensors will connected to the digital pins D1, D2, D3, D4. And here we have a ground, where we will supply the power voltage to the sensors from the ground, and we have V input for the positive, and we have TX and RX pins, where you can able to transceive and receive the data. While connecting the Bluetooth, we need to use this kind of data. And you see the pin diagram here, pin out diagram very clearly here, each and everything. As I said here, A1, A2, A3 if you are analog to digital converters. And the symbol, this one is represent the PWM pin, pulse width modulation, where we can able to do the dimmer circuit with the help of these pins. Dimmer circuit in the sense, as a regulator in the fan, where you can able to go different levels, increase the speed of the fan. Similarly, we can able to increase the fan or increase the intensity of the light as well. That is how the dimmer circuit will play a role. Dimmer circuit means where you can able to increase the intensity of light or decrease the intensity of light in different levels. Similarly, you can increase the speed of the fan, and you can decrease the speed of the fan depending upon a requirement. That's how the pulse width modulation plays a role. So in the Arduino pin, the D13, D5, D6, D9, these are the pulse width modulation pins, where we can able to do the dimmer circuit, dimmer things. In a home, we can use this dimmer circuit for the lights and the fans, to increase the intensity of light and to decrease the intensity of light, or to increase the speed of the fan or to decrease the speed of the fan. This is how we can able to connect the sensors to this microcontroller to take the input, and similarly to send the output as well, will connect to this digital pins. That's the analog pins are the digital pins. Let me see little bit clear about description here. Pin configuration. As we said, we have different pins here. See the pin category and what is the pin name and details of that particular pin name. So we have the power pins, V in 3.3 volts, 5 volts on the ground. These are the pin names related to the power. So this is the pin names. If you see here, V in input voltage to Arduino when using an external power source. If you are trying to use external power source, means we need to connect that pin to the V in. 5 volts regulated power supply used to power microcontroller and other components on the board. So with the help of this 5 volts we can able to supply power voltage to the other components on the board. If you connect any sensor to it, means the sensor power will be supplied from this power voltage. If you want to supply power externally from to the microcontroller, means you should use the V in. Similarly, 3.3 volt power supply. It is generated by onboard voltage regulator. Maximum current draw is 50 milliamperes. Similarly, G and D is for ground pins. This is about the power pins. Next pin we will see about a reset. This is the reset pin. which resets the microcontroller. If you upload a code into the microcontroller, if you want to reset it to work reconfiguration kind of thing, you need to press the reset the microcontroller. So automatically the code will works once again, starts from beginning. And analog pins, we have analog pins from A0 to A7 like A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7. It's used to measure analog voltage in the range of 0 to 5 volts. So this pin has the capability of maintaining the analog voltage. It ranges from 0 to 5 volts. And we have input and output pins, which is called as digital pins. It has 14 pins here. It ranges from D0 to D13 like D0, D1, D2, D3. It can be used as input or output pins. Okay, from low voltage to high voltage is 5 volts. So if you want to connect the input sensors, output sensors, we will use these digital pins D0 to D13. And we have serial pins RX and TX, receiver and transmitter with the help of TTL serial data. It used to receive and transmit the TTL serial data. And we have external interrupts, pin number 2 and 3 to trigger interrupts. If you want to use any interrupt means, we should use that interrupt pins to this to interrupt work to these 2 pins 2, 3. And next we have a PWM pins, as I said, pulse width modulation pins, where you can able to do some dimmer circuits. The pin numbers are 3, 5, 6, 9, 11. It provides 8-bit pulse width modulation output. So the fan or a light will connect to this pins 3, 5, 6, 7, 11 pins, so that we can able to use the dimmer circuit to this one. And SPI pins 10, 11, 12 and 13. Based upon our requirement, we connect these things. And we have inbuilt LED in the Arduino Nano board. That is the 13th pin, where you can able to check the board. For example, how we know that if pin is working or not means, we just upload the Blink program to that. Already the Blink program is in my YouTube channel, Vikram Nirgatti. You can subscribe to that and you can click on the bell icon. Whenever I upload the videos, you can get a notification icon. And if you watch that videos means, you can able to see how to upload a program in the microcontroller and how to use the built-in LED to blink the LEDs. You can see some practical examples in my YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to it out. So once you upload the Blink program into the microcontroller means, we will use this built-in LED to check whether the microcontroller is working or not. Similarly, we will use A4 and A5 pins to use the TOI communication, and AREF pin to provide the reference voltage for the input voltage. This is some of the pins available on the nano microcontroller for different purpose. And let me say about Arduino Nano technical specifications. Regarding the technical, microcontroller which we using is a Atmega 328, and it is 8-bit AVR family microcontroller. That is the microcontroller we are using, Atmega 328. And the operating voltage is 5 volts. It requires the 5 volts to work it out. And recommending input voltage for V in pin is 7 to 12 volts. If you want to supply the external power to the microcontroller means, V in pin, as we discussed before, we can supply 7 to 12 volts. If you give the supply more than 12 volts means, automatically that will get burst. So we should make sure that how much power supply. Generally the power supply comes from the laptop will be below the 12 volts, so that you can connect this Arduino Nano pin directly to the laptop. You can use the mobile charger as well. If you want to power the Arduino Nano, you can use the laptop or the mobile charger, because that will be below 12 volts. And analog input pins are A0 to A5. We have six analog input pins, where you can able to connect the analog sensors to sense the real time to take the real time data to the cloud. This for analog sensors particularly. If you want to connect the analog sensors means, you need to connect this pin, 6 pins, A0 to A5. And we have digital output pins, 14 is there. You can connect both analog and input. Within the 14 you have 6 pulse width modulation pins. So for one Arduino Nano pin, you can able to use 6 lights or 6 fans to do dimmer circuit to increase the power voltage or to decrease the power voltage. So totally how many digital input and output pins we have means 14 digital input pins, 6 analog pins is there. So DC current how many will be means 40 milliamperes. On input output pins we have 40 milliamperes current will be there in the DC input and output pins. Similarly, the DC current drawn on 3.3 volt pin for pin is 50 milliamperes. And for how much flash memory will be in the here means 32 kilobytes. 2 KB is used for the bootloader. And SARM have 2 KB, EEPROM has 1 KB. That's related to the memory. And frequency, clock speed is 16 megahertz. The clock speed of the nano, that's the frequency is 16 megahertz. Communication is serial with the help of IIC and SPI, USART. Like this, the communication can be done here. So this is about the Arduino and nano pins. Arduino pin configuration and Arduino technical things and the details specifications about the Arduino Nano. And I want to add one thing related to the power. As we have seen the power related things here, we can draw the current in milliamperes and we have the voltage 5 volts. In real time, we have a problem that where in some cases we need to increase the voltage from 12 beyond that, and we need to decrease the voltage 5 volts and beyond that. For example, the white LED require only 1.3 volts, but the power supplied by the Arduino Nano is 5 volts. If you supply the 5 volts to the 1.3 volts LED means the LED will get burst. So we should reduce the voltage there. How we can reduce means we will use the transistors. In some cases we need to increase the voltages. For example, in real time the home appliances will be 220 volts, whereas this will supply only 5 volts. Here we need to increase the voltages. To increase the voltages we will use some relays and transistors, resistors. So to increase the voltage and to decrease the voltage, what we will use means we will use the transistor or the resistors. This is how we can able to use the microcontroller. So I hope based upon these technical specifications and the pin configuration and power issues, you can able to work with a microcontroller. In upcoming videos, I will show you the real-time experiments as well. How we can able to connect the LED and how we can switch it on. If you didn't understand, watch the video twice and thrice the lecture in my YouTube channel. If you want to have any queries, you can leave as a comment, and if you click on a icon, you will get a notification. Thank you to all once again. See you in next video. Thank you.